What's going on, guys? Welcome to the altcoin update. I just want to go over Bitcoin really quick. So we see Bitcoin pretty much break through this untested 4-hour level, right? Because we are on the 4-hour time frame. Let's see if we mark the origin level over here. I would say we don't need to do that. We can just stick with the daily, because if you go on the daily time frame, yep, we can see that it did not hard close. So sometimes less is more, okay? You don't want to overwhelm yourself with too many, hourly, 4-hour levels. If you see there's a daily level already into play and you see it, still rejecting the resistance, you don't need to, mark all these levels, because technically this is a origin 4-hour resistance. But that's if you're like scalping or day trading. But in this case, all you really need to do is just stick with this daily time frame, because as you can see, it rejected the level here. So we're just going to keep that 4-hour time frame for you guys. As you can see, this 4-hour now tested is, you can see, being or acting as support now, right? Because so what was once resistance now acts as a support. But yeah, it doesn't look too good. I can probably see, honestly, Bitcoin most likely retest somewhere around this range, right? Because this is an origin level. You have all these tests, right? The second it hit this level, it becomes an origin level, and you see multiple tests after that. And surprisingly, actually, it does retest it over here. So this is considered tested, and we have this untested level here. So depending how this 4-hour origin level holds, we can see this hold and possibly move up higher. But I think this needs a little bit more time to accumulate, possibly back down to this 4-hour level. So just keep that in mind when we do the altcoins, okay? So yeah, if that's the case, that would give Bitcoin enough time to create a trigger point and possibly break out of this 4-hour apex. So as you can see, there's still some time left, guys. So XRP, let's go to the altcoins. So XRP, again, like I said, guys, you get rewarded when you're patient, right? I mentioned that XRP would pretty much retrace back to where it is, back down to this uptrend, and look where it is now. So this is your accumulation point, okay, right? We only accumulate on accumulation. We accumulate on supports, right? It's your choice if you want to double down and keep buying down and lower your average. But why would you do that when you just have to be patient and just buy on support, like I mentioned to you guys numerous times. But again, I am not in control of your trades. You are. So anyways, we accumulate here, and you see this apex here. So again, when we follow Bitcoin, I wouldn't be surprised if Bitcoin falls a bit. But regardless, if Bitcoin does fall, XRP still has room to fall here, and I can see it still play within the apex. And then perfectly enough, I can see XRP move up, honestly, as we approach the end of the month, right? Because if we go to Bitcoin, we can also see the apex is at the end of the month as well. So that'll be a great scenario for XRP to move up as well, psychologically. QNT. QNT, let's go on the daily time frame, because that's what we've been working with. Let's reset the chart. QNT. So yeah, nothing much has changed for QNT, guys. I've been charting this on the daily time frame, and it's been respecting the levels for almost a couple months now, I guess, or maybe a month. I'm not sure. But as you can see, there's not that much movement. But right now, even with the Bitcoin dump, it hit this daily downtrend, which honestly is a entry point, right? Even this Tesla daily, these are entry points, but it's just depending on how greedy you are. Do you want to have an entry point down here, here, which is why, like me, sometimes I like to have little small buy points at levels where I think it may never hit, or it may take a while to hit, because you never know. Sometimes you see cases like this where it end up hitting, and then you're already in profit, right? Like 15% just by having a buy at a certain level. So yeah, QNT. Anyways, QNT looks prime for a move up. So yeah, like this, end of the month, right, guys? End of the month. So it looks just like XRP and Bitcoin. I won't be surprised if this moves up along with the others. So yeah, it's pretty straightforward, guys. This is the accumulation zone. Matic. Oof. Oh no, Matic's breaking below this weekly. So we are on the daily time. So actually, first of all, so on the last altcoin update, I did mention that all of these were tested levels, right? And I marked them for you guys because I don't know if you guys want to day trade or swing trade, but in the long run, midterm, they're just going to end up breaking. And as you can see here, just as I predicted, it ended up breaking, testing the weekly uptrend, and that's what it did. So again, we only, personally, I look out for untested levels or weekly or daily uptrends because that's where the majority of interest is psychologically. So let's go on the weekly time frame and see what it looks like. Ooh, not looking good on the weekly. So yeah, I mean, depending on this hard close on the weekly, it may be too late, but we could adjust it here, but there's still 3 days left. So the thing about the weekly, there's 3 days left. That would make it August 26th. So if Bitcoin can move up in time, this would be a perfect scenario for Matic to move up. Okay, so it may look pretty bearish, but if Bitcoin does hold and move up, hopefully that would give Matic the momentum to break out of this local apex. But just keep in mind, we do have this weekly one over here, so I'm more so 50-50 in the long run for Matic. Yeah, so I'll keep watch on this for you guys. DGB. So there you go. So like I mentioned to you guys, and be honest with you guys, I bought a bunch of DGB here at this untested level. It moved down 21%. Yeah, that's a pretty significant drop on the daily. So bought some DGB. I'm in profit right now. I'm personally waiting for Bitcoin to move up, which would trigger the altcoins to move up as well. So if DGB does fall, if Bitcoin does fall, the altcoins will fall. So I have my stops right above here. So I'm just breaking even with fees. So yeah, that's DGB. So yeah, I mean, if you're in DGB, honestly, you have. No, that's not an origin level. This is a daily time frame, so I'll just put the last green candle over here. Yeah. I would just mark it over here. These are resistances as well now. These are still valid. But because they are tested, there's a possibility of it breaking. This is also tested, so let's make this dotted. And yeah, I mean, DGB, pretty straightforward. Yeah, so just give it some time. TRX. So yeah, guys, like I said, guys, right? I marked all the daily supports for you guys, for those that are, day traders. But again, in the long run, I told you it would hit this weekly uptrend, right? It'll hit the weekly uptrend, and it'll most likely bounce out of this apex, which is currently doing right now. It's hitting the levels perfectly, right? There's acting as support here, there's resistance here, and then resistance here. Okay, so what can we conclude? We can actually move this here, right? Or we can just move it there. We can move this here to much more current levels. And yeah, so this is already tested. So if Bitcoin does manage to move up, right? I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if TRX sees a higher high at this range. Again, it just psychologically speaking, I'm locally more bullish than I am bearish, as long as the what was it? I think it was as long as this 4 hour or this level, this 4 hour test level or this untested level touches. And even if it does touch this daily uptrend, it's still bullish. You just have to consider that the altcoins will probably fall even more. So just keep that in mind. But yeah, this tested level and this untested level is what I'm really looking at. And last resort is this daily uptrend. So yeah, if Bitcoin can do that, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if TRX moves up, pretty hard. Yeah, this is a pretty volatile pump, as you can see. It's like a trigger point where it gets squeezed and touches the weekly and just immediately moves out because the apex is so tight, and that's what causes a trigger point. Shiba Inu for my buddy. I don't think I have any levels marked. Yeah, we'll have to revisit this because otherwise this update will be like 30 minutes long. This is just supposed to be an update. Well, I'll make a separate chart for you on the altcoin channel, but it'll just be a screenshot. So yeah, I mean, Shiba Inu, it just looks pretty dead to me right now. But yeah, I'll make sure I get to that. I'll make sure I'll create a chart for you. I forgot your name, but I got you. Let's see. I think CHZ is also one of our altcoins. Yep. So CHZ tested the daily, rejecting the 4-hour. So we can conclude that this is the accumulation zone. And you can see the apex is a lot further than the other altcoins. So we can keep CHZ off our radar for now until later in September. And yeah, that's pretty much. I did buy some EWT, guys. It's an energy token at exactly at this weekly level, and I accumulated some as it fell. What else did I buy? Yeah, that's pretty much it. I heavy positions on some other altcoins. Oh, perfect. MNW, guys. So keep watching MNW, weekly downtrend. As you can see, didn't really get affected by Bitcoin falling or pumping, but it is approaching a weekly apex. So let's go to the weekly time frame. And yeah, perfect weekly apex. And centrifuge. This is the real world asset coin that we went over. So yeah, personally, I think there's still a lot of room for CFG to fall. I think it's gonna find accumulation back of this uptrend, and pretty much just reach closer to this apex here. So yeah, still a lot of time for CFG in my opinion. And bonus round DXY. We haven't done DXY in a while, but yeah, apex, it gets squeezed out, it gets really tight, it bounces, right? Moves up, and let's see where it touches. I mean, this is the last green candle before this downtrend, right? So this is the last green candle before this downtrend. So we're gonna mark that, which we should have, but we didn't. Honestly, it's my fault because I haven't looked at DXY in a while. So as you can see, perfect touch, but this is already tested, guys, right? Because you see this candle, it's testing it. So this has already been tested. So yeah, I mean, perfect scenario for DXY to fall a bit. But this is on the weekly time frame, so this should be actually purple. Let's go on the daily. Let's see the details. Oh, that's why. So yeah, that's why. So right here. So yeah, pretty simple, guys. Last green candle before the downtrend here, and you see the rejection here. On the daily time frame, we have this origin level here. Honestly, we can just delete this weekly. Let's stick with the daily time frame. So now we can conclude that the local range that DXY is going to be working with is here, right? If it breaks this range here on the bottom side, that would give Bitcoin an opportunity to move up. And if DXY breaks out of this range up top here, that would give Bitcoin that would actually move Bitcoin the opposite direction, so it would go down. So any questions, comments, or concerns, leave a comment down below in the video. And again, I'll be more than happy to answer your question. Hope to see you on the next one. Take care, guys. Bye.